John Ensign's crazy ethics scandal has already killed his career, but things might be getting worse for him. Reuters reports that the Justice Department plans to take up Ensign's corruption case again, based on the new evidence the Senate Ethics Committee uncovered at the end of its investigation. And that might mean more bad news for someone else, Senator Tom Coburn. Senator Coburn still has a job, but his wholesome image is taking a beating thanks to this scandal. The Senate Ethics Report alleges that Coburn personally negotiated the amount of settlement to pay out for the family of Senator Ensign's mistress, and that's the Hamptons. The report reads in part, quote, the Hamptons' lawyer proposed $8 million. Senator Coburn said that the figure was, quote, absolutely ridiculous. Mr. Hampton then came back with some figures and estimated $1.2 million for the home and another $1.6 million to get started somewhere new. Senator Coburn responded by stating that, quote, okay, that's what I had in mind and I think is fair. I like that. That's kind of a way of saying your blackmail request is ridiculous. It's far too high. We can pay a much smaller blackmail, though, if you're interested. Now, whether it's actually blackmail, of course, lawyers will decide. But now Coburn says the report is wrong entirely.
That's a totally inaccurate characterization of what happened. I got a phone call one day from Hampton and said, would you communicate a message to John? I said, I don't know. I'll call John and ask him if he wants me to. Call John Ensign. I said, do you want me to? He said, yeah. And so the story you hear is not an accurate reflection of what happened.
But I don't get it. That seems to be confirming the story that was out right before, that he was an intermediary for them. And asked if he'd do it again, his answer seemed to be, damn straight I would.
I've testified before the committee. I have no worries. What I did, I would do exactly the same way again. We put two families back together with multiple children, and both marriages are stable right now. And what I did, I'm proud of what I did and the way I did it. And there's nothing unethical in what we did.
By the way, Cindy Hampton has filed for divorce, so those families aren't in as great a shape as he would have you believe. But the overall question is, was Coburn doing something seriously unethical, or was he just helping out a good friend, being a good bro, as it were? My next guest can help us sort that out. Joining us now is Melanie Sloan, Executive Director for Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, which has got to be a tough job. How do you find those? All right, and her group's complaint to the Ethics Committee, by the way, led to the report about Senator Ensign, who also has filed a separate complaint to the Senate Ethics Committee about Senator Coburn's involvement in the scandal. First, Melanie, good luck in trying to find that ethics in Washington. I applaud you for your efforts.
We keep trying.
You keep trying. I like that. All right, but on Coburn, look, let's keep this real. He is friends with Ensign. He's trying to work something out between them. Doesn't that kind of make sense?
You know, in some respects, it makes sense, and I also think that Mr. Coburn felt bad for Doug Hampton. I think he recognized that Doug Hampton had been treated shabbily here. But it's one thing to feel bad for somebody, and it's another to take steps that move you toward the illegal conduct kind of lane. And there were several things that Dr. Coburn did that are really troubling. For example, he met with Doug Hampton when Doug Hampton was a lobbyist, and he told the New York Times that he knew that it was wrong when he was allowing Doug Hampton to lobby him. Doug Hampton was violating the lobbying laws at the time. In fact, he's been indicted for that now. So by helping Doug Hampton violate the lobbying laws, in fact, Dr. Coburn could be said to have been aiding and abetting those violations. Then, in addition, when Senator Coburn talks to the Senate Ethics Committee, he denies having had any kind of conversation with John Ensign's father, Michael Ensign, although Tim Coe, a religious leader for the family, said that Dr. Coburn called Michael Ensign. Senator John Ensign is furious that his father has been called, and Michael Ensign just doesn't recall whether Senator Coburn called him. So it's clear that Senator Coburn called.
No, I think he called. I don't think that's it. At least in my mind, it's not a dispute. It seems like, you know, a lot of people, including their main spiritual leader, is saying, yes, he called, right? And
but my question,
Melanie,
but wait, when you lie to the Senate Ethics Committee,
matter?
Because when you lie to the Senate Ethics Committee, that's making a false statement. That's a crime.
All right, that's a crime. Look, remember the crime that they got so-called got Bill Clinton on was lying, right? So
right, and now Dr. Coburn's lying, and I don't even know why he's lying about all this, because you know a lot of what he did, that wasn't a crime. Helping, even serving as the intermediary between Doug Hampton and Doug Hampton's lawyer and John Ensign, that wouldn't have been illegal. I certainly think it was shady, the fact that he kept helping John Ensign, and in part he wanted to help get Doug Hampton out of town and move him to Colorado so John Ensign could continue his career career. And considering the family values folks that these guys claim to be and the high moral character they say they have, it's really questionable why Senator Coburn would keep helping John Ensign, even though he knows he's continuing on the affair and he hasn't ended the affair. Why is he helping him like that?
Well, look, again, helping him with sorting out the affair, I actually have no problem with. You know, again, they're friends, they're co-workers, etc. He's trying to do the right thing. But you're saying that his real problem was, A, he shouldn't have lied about it because that breaks the law, if he lied about it. And then, B, he shouldn't have had Doug Hampton lobbying him, which he apparently concedes to some degree. Is that the two main problems with Coburn at this point?
Those are the two main problems that could cause him legal jeopardy. I would say his conduct in helping Ensign cover this up also, again, doesn't look good. It certainly doesn't reflect creditably on the Senate, which is a standard that they use over in the Ethics Committee. Doesn't reflect credibly.
I'm going to be honest with you, Melanie. I'm not buying that one. Okay, I mean, I hear you, and I think you have a very good point. But if it was my friend, I'd try to help him too.
Well, you know, but if it was your friend, do you think Senator Coburn would have done the same thing for, say, a Democratic senator? I really doubt that. And this is a guy who has put himself up on a pedestal as a moral authority. And here he is helping another senator violate the sanctity of marriage, which he claims to care about a lot. You know, Dr. Coburn every summer teaches interns about abstinence. Who's going to come and listen to Dr. Coburn now talk about as a moral authority?
All right, that's your fair point. But remember, everybody remember, he's not the one that slept with the staffer. It was the other family values guy, Ensign, who slept with the staffer.
Oh, no, and Ensign should be prosecuted. Ensign deserves to go to jail. But Dr. Coburn,
that we're clear on.
Right. But Dr. Coburn should still, I think, be held accountable for his conduct, and Senate Ethics Committee should release some report.
All right, I hear you. Melanie Sloan, of course, who keeps track of ethics in Washington. Thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thanks.